Right now, there's one mistake I'm seeing buyers make in Charlotte over and over again, and it's costing people tens of thousands of dollars. Not because they bought the wrong house, but because of how they're making the decision. And the frustrating part is they don't realize it until after they've already bought. My name's Cameron. I work with buyers relocating to Charlotte every week, and this is something that I'm actively seeing in today's market. Most buyers right now feel like they're trying to outsmart the market. They're waiting on interest rates to drop, home prices go down, and they're just trying to time that perfect moment to buy. I understand why you might be doing this. I'm all for researching before making such a big decision, but what's happening is people are focusing so much time on timing the market that they're ignoring something that's far more important. The biggest mistake I'm seeing buyers make today right now is this. They're making a market-based decision instead of a life-based decision. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. People are talking themselves into waiting on prices to drop, rates to go lower, and waiting for more options instead of asking, does buying make sense for my situation right now? And that difference is actually everything. Let me give you a real world scenario. I recently worked with a buyer relocating to Charlotte, and they had a stable job, strong income, planned to be here for at least 5 years, because I usually don't advise people to move unless they intend on staying for a few years. But these people kept hesitating. They were waiting for everything to be just right, like I mentioned, for the prices to come down, rates to drop, and just overall waiting for a better opportunity. And over the course of about 6 to 8 months, they watched similar homes that were just increasing over that time, and not dramatically, but just enough to make an impact to their buying power. And eventually they realized something, and that's waiting didn't actually improve their situation. It just delayed it. We finally found something that worked for them once they realized that this is the way that they should navigate the market. But I've worked with other clients who are now in a much worse position, and now it's kind of out of their control. Now they have to wait to get the right home for them because they miss out on opportunities in the past. So why are so many buyers falling into this trap right now? I believe it's largely due to the market being very confusing for a lot of people. You've got headlines saying the market is cooling, inventory is rising, rates are high, and all that is true. But when you actually look at what's happening in the Charlotte market, is that prices haven't dropped meaningfully. And now I know you're gonna get some people saying that in their neighborhoods, prices are coming down quickly, but I'm just talking about the overall Charlotte market. Demand here is still strong overall, and inventory, while it is higher than what it was before, it's still relatively balanced as we move ahead. So buyers are stuck in this weird kind of middle ground. The market doesn't feel great, but it's not getting dramatically better either. This is causing a lot of uncertainty. Now, let's talk about something that doesn't get discussed enough, and that's the cost of waiting. Most buyers assume waiting is the safe option, but waiting does have its own risks. Prices could continue rising slowly, rates could drop, they could go up, but if they drop, it could bring more competition. You just never know how it's truly going to play out. And again, lastly, your personal situation could change. The reality is you don't need the perfect deal. You need the right deal for your situation. That's where someone like me comes in. I focus on finding the right home and then getting the best deal for you to make it work for your situation. Rather than throwing up our hands and hoping things get better, it's important to be proactive and think about how you can make it work. And the buyers who are making the best decisions right now are doing that something different. They're not trying to predict the market. They're focusing on their timeline, their budget, and their lifestyle. They're asking, hey, can I comfortably afford this? Does the location make sense for me? Am I planning to stay long-term, or is this just temporary? And then when those answers line up, they move forward confidently. So if you're trying to decide whether to buy right now, here's the way that I would think about it. If you're planning to stay long-term, if your income is stable, if the payment fits comfortably, then buying now can make a lot of sense. But if you're uncertain about your timeline, your budget, or your job situation, then waiting might be the smarter move. The biggest mistake buyers making right now isn't about buying at the wrong time. It's trying to time the perfect market and making that your ultimate decision. Instead of making the right personal decision, you're just trying to make this own like theoretical market-based decision. The truth is that no one's got this crystal ball. No one knows exactly what the market is going to do. And if we did, we wouldn't be in this position where we even need to worry about money. But it's important to control what you can control. If you're trying to figure out whether buying now makes sense for your situation, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to walk you through the numbers and options with you. And if you want more breakdowns of Charlotte housing market, neighborhoods, and relocation strategy, make sure to subscribe because I post new videos about Charlotte every week. See you next time.